So the Parade of Playhouses Competition was put on by New Mexico Appleseed, which is a nonprofit organization that fights child hunger and homelessness in New Mexico. The design inspiration from that really came from a series of conversations and design iterations in the studio with the students, and it was all student-led, really. I mean, faculty directed by myself, and then student-led in terms of what the inspiration or what it meant, especially today, to have a toy factory and what toys were being produced theoretically and what the theme or the look of it was. And in the end, the theme really was derived from the idea of Tron, the movie. Well, anytime you specify any product, you're looking for, some durability, of course, and then some workability. And so those are two big aspects. And in this case, we've got students, who in this class, they were in their fourth year of undergrad. So, you've got students who, some of them have built things, some of them have never built. And so you, in this case, need a material that can be easily thought through and experimented with, and then and then resolutions and conclusions made to move forward with. And so this material is, Dibond is really good for those exercises. It's good to experiment with some immediate and dramatic results in what you can do with it. It was a material that I knew was going to lend itself to some of the look that the students were after. It's a very clean, and we were easily able to make it look sort of space age or very high tech. It's an easy material to work with, easy to cut on the CNC router, and a good material that can do a number of different things. So in the Playhouse, we used it to curve around the corners, and we used it to create some of the facade. It skins the whole tower. And so we used it for all of those things. And what we were really after were those sort of lines, and we kept referring to them as Tron lines throughout the design and fabrication of the project. But we knew that we could achieve those Tron lines very cleanly and neatly using the material. So in this case, we actually talked about a number of different colors that we might use. We talked about using silver or black, and we ultimately ended on white for the sort of cleanliness of the look. And again, it goes back to the inspiration and, thinking and talking about the suits in Tron. They're all white, and they're very clean and modern. And so that was what the look of the tower was supposed to mimic. I think we used about 20 sheets in the Playhouse, some to experiment with earlier on, and then most of it to fabricate with. Well, I'd say the biggest challenges are finding the right consistency. When you do a curve, for example, the right consistency and repetition, and how close or how wide your grooves are. And then, so that's really just sort of an experimentation thing about how you want it to read on the surface. Obviously, the more grooves that you make, the better transition the curve makes. The fewer grooves you make, then sort of chunkier the turn is, or the more faceted it is. And then the biggest challenge, I'd say, has more from a machining standpoint, and it's how deep you cut those grooves. Either if you're folding or curving or whatever, the depth of those grooves really have an impact on the resolution of the facade in our case.